introduction to time. Go ahead and slide to this first page for me. There are two types of clocks that tell time. Remember we talked about Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast earlier? Where do you see the time on Cogsworth? On his face. So when you see a clock face, we're going to call it an analog clock. Can you say analog clock?
Analog.
Good. Whenever you see an alarm clock with just the digits, the numbers, we're going to call it a digital clock. Raise your hand if you can spy a smaller word inside that word digital. What word do you see that we have mentioned before, Emmaus?
Digit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Digit. D-I-G-I-T. What does the word digit mean? What does it mean? The word digit is a singular noun, so it just means one. It means one what, Tejas?
One number.
Yeah, one number. So a digital clock just shows the numbers that represent what time it is. Okay? Go ahead and slide to the next page for me. Let's see if you can take just a second to remember our quick review that we did earlier. Go ahead and fill in that first line if you can remember. Good. Ooh, look at y'all go. There's one that we didn't do either. So if you tap on it, yeah, it will show up. Ooh, good job. Now, the week at the very bottom, it's talking about the entire week, Sunday to Saturday, not just school day week. All right, everybody, how many seconds in 1 minute?
60.
Good job. How many minutes in 1 hour?
60.
How many hours in 1 day?
24.
And how many days in a week?
7.
7. Don't forget Saturday and Sunday, they are important.
How many weeks are in a month?
It depends.
4.
It's either 4 or 5. It just kind of depends on.
But mostly 5.
It just depends. I can tell you it fluctuates because I paid for daycare by the week, and so some months are 4-week months, and we like those months because they're not as expensive. And some weeks,
are in a year?
some months there are 5-week months, and those are expensive. So 52 weeks in a whole year. How many days in a year?
365.
Good, 365. Good job.
What about February?
All right, repeat. How many seconds in a minute?
60.
How many minutes in an hour?
60.
How many hours in a day?
4.
How many days in a week?
7.
All right, real quick. Expand your thinking. Don't holler the answer out for me. Just raise your hand if you can think. How many hours would there be in 2 days? So, how many hours would there be in 2 days? Kate? 48. Good job. She did 24 plus 24. Good job. All right, next page. First of all, what type of clock is this?
Analog.
Analog, because we see the face. Okay, let's check it out. Our hand, is it the long or short?
Short.
Short. Okay, remember? We're going to start by going clockwise. Clockwise means going in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Tell me when you see the short hand, tell me to stop. Stop. Did I pass the 1?
No. Yeah.
Did I pass the 2?
Yeah.
Did I get to the 3?
No.
So we're in the 2 o'clock hour. Okay? We're in the 2 o'clock zone.
2:20.
Freeze. You're going too fast. Okay? So what we'll do is underneath, I want you to write the 2 and then the 2 dots. We call that a colon. Okay? So we're in the 2 o'clock hour. Now, before we keep going, what do we know about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around to the 12 in terms of minutes?
5.
We count by 5s. So do we start here? No, we don't start until we move. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20. So what time is it? 2,
20.
20. So go ahead and write that underneath. Questions about how we found that time?
No.
Okay. Pop quiz. Did we find the hour or the minute first?
Hour.
We did the hour. Okay, yes, ma'am. We'll talk about that. It's the quarters are going to be a little bit different with time versus money. Good question. All right, let's keep going. What time is showing on the clock? First, do we find out the hour or the minute first?
Hour.
Okay, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my pencil to red so we can see. This is like the starting line. Y'all see that I drew the red up top? Okay, I'm going to trace around the clock until I get to the hour hand. I need y'all to tell me when to stop. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go slow and steady. The hour hand, not the minute hand.
Stop.
Okay. Do you see how I went past the 7? Did I get to the 8?
No.
What time zone is this going to be in?
7.
It's the 7 o'clock hour. Okay, so underneath, we're writing 7 with the colon. Good memory. Okay, now I'm going to erase this to start fresh for the minutes. And I'm going to start with yellow this time. We start up at the top again. And we go, which direction? What do we call it? Clockwise. All right, tell me when my minute hand gets there.
Stop.
Stop.
2. That's 10.
Good. We're not going to label it as 2, but we're going to label it as 10
7,
minutes. 7, 10.
I knew it. I wrote it
Okay.
down.
Okay. Be sure. I need you to get some water or something. Okay. Be sure that you are writing the time underneath your what type of clock? Analog clock. We're writing the digital time. So the 7:10 that we write down here at the bottom, we're writing the digital time. Okay. All right. What time is shown on the clock? I'm going to give you a second, and I want you to do that one on your own. Okay. I'm going to color code it. We know that with the stop sign, green means
Go.
red means.
Stop.
So green is going to be our hour because we do that first, and red is going to be our
Stop him.
stopping
What
point, which
stop?
is what we find second, which is the
Minutes.
Good. All right. You try to find that time for me and write it underneath. Good job. Good job. Oh, is it? So your line was correct. Now leave the line where it was. See it? Okay. Now go back to the 12 and make it like a starting line. And then circle around until you get to your red line. Good job. All right, guys. There, y'all are being very careful, and I love it. So, what you see if you extend that hour hand is it went right here. In order to see which time it went, or which hour it went with, we started back up at the 12. And we're going to trace around what direction? What do we call it?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So we're going to go round and round and round until we get the hour hand. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Good job. Stop. Did I pass the 11?
No. Yes.
Did I get to the 12?
No.
So we're in the 11 o'clock hour. Okay? So we're going to put that down here at the bottom. 11 with the colon. Okay? My colon is not working. There we go.
Skip by 5.
And then we're going to skip by 5.
5.
So when I get, wait, when I get to here, I say 5.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So what time is it?
11.
11:30. Good job. Feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay. Better than first thing this morning when we started. All right, next page. First, I want you to just find the hour. Just find the hour and write it beneath. Hour hand, minute hand. Just do the. That's why I'm asking you to just do the hour. That's the hour. Yes. Freeze. Freeze. Remember, the hour hand points to but does not touch. Okay, look for me. Do you see how I relabeled green? This is the hour hand because it does not come down and touch the numbers. The minute hand is the one that touches and kind of goes past. So this is the one we're looking at. Okay, if we start up at the 12, we're going to move, what do we call it? Clockwise. So I'm going to go.
Stop.
Stop. Now freeze. Show me with your hands. What number what was the last number I passed?
Oh,
Yeah, say it again, Jay. 5. I passed the 5. Did I get around to the 6 yet?
No.
No, that means I'm still in the 5 o'clock hour. Okay, so 5 with the colon. Now this is why I like doing it on Google Classroom if possible, is because I can zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to switch to red, and I want you to tell me when I get to the minute hand. Around. Stop. Okay. Let's go ahead and label. When you get to the freeze, when you get to the 1, how do we count that in terms of minutes? 5 minutes. What about the 2? 10 minutes. 3, 4, 5. Why am I putting the 2 dots before these numbers?
Because they're like the end.
Yeah. Good. It's the ending part of your digital clock, and so it looks like the colon. That it just helps you remember. 6 is 30. Hang tight just a second. 7 is 35. Well, my 5's not working. 8 is 40, and then we're gonna. What is 9 labeled as? 45. Now look, we're not at 9 yet. Okay, we're gonna jump to 40, 41, 42. So it is 5:42. Okay. So you want to go slow and steady when you're reading your time to the minute. Okay, time to the minute is going to be when it's between these bold numbers. All right, next page. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So we're going to go slow and steady. It's much better than fast and wrong. Okay? So we're going to try to learn how to do cubes with time. My mom will pick me up at the Clinton Aris football game at 8:15 p.m. So would you circle or highlight 8:15 p.m.? Okay, circle or highlight 8:15 p.m. She arrived 20 minutes later than planned. So I'm going to circle 20 minutes, and I'm going to highlight later. Okay? First, if I'm labeling my clock 8:15, my hour hand's not going to be touching the 8 because it won't be 8 o'clock, but it'll be just past the 8, but not to the 9. Okay? See how I did it a little bit past the 8, but it's going to stop here. If it was the minute hand, it would come closer to the numbers, okay? But the hour hand, you want it to be about halfway. Okay? We're going to go slow and steady. I know. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, do we feel okay on the hour hand? The hour hand, especially when it's past the number, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay? Kindly spot check your neighbor's hour hand. Just gonna look next door. Give them a smile, thumbs up. Okay, make sure it's between 8 and 9, not 7 and 8. Okay, now minute hand, Traymar, is going to touch the 3. But look, y'all, it's gonna go all the way to the 3. See it? All the way to the 3 with the little arrow. Yeah. So 8:15. Now that's what time that Mom was supposed to get there.
But she arrived 20 minutes
She
later.
was late. So watch. That's not a bad thing. We just have to figure out what time she got there. So hold on. We're gonna start here. Okay. If we moved the time here, how many minutes would that be?
8:20.
Hold on, but how many minutes? From here?
5.
5 minutes. Good job. Okay. How many minutes late was she?
20.
20. So we need to get going. 5,
10.
10.
15. 20.
Okay. On to that. If my minute hand changes and goes right here,
That'd be 35.
it would be 8.
35.
35. See, it's on the side.
Okay.
Okay. Do y'all see how we did that? We drew the original time on the clock, and later meant that the clock needed to keep going. What if she got there early? What would we have done?
We went back.
We would have moved backwards, okay?
Yeah,
We're not going to do that yet, but I just wanted to see if y'all knew. Okay? So what should we put right here on this line? What time did she arrive?
8:35.
35. Good job. 8:35. So 8:35. Who knows how to label label this? Did she get there 8:35 in the morning or the evening? PM, which means
Afternoon.
Well,
Or night.
it's going to be the evening at night because it's usually after dark at 8:30.
Huh?
Like my kids go to bed by 7:30. 8:30 is after that, and so it's going to be nighttime. My
But it's dead at 7.
hold on. Right, which means it gets darker earlier at this point. All right, let's keep going. We are going to the New York Saints game. No, I read that all wrong. We are going to the New Orleans Saints game. Y'all, I'm embarrassed. I was born in New Orleans. I know this. And the game starts at
7:30 p.m.
PM. Morning or evening?
Afternoon.
Evening. Remember, bedtime 7:30 for my kids. We arrived 17 minutes
Early.
later. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to mark 7:30 on our time, on our clock. My hour hand needs to be between
7 and 8.
7 and 8. So watch what I do. I kind of point right here in between them, and then I move up and draw my line. Okay? And I can erase that. Okay, so that's my hour hand. If it starts at 7:30, where does my minute hand need to go on top of?
6.
6. So it's going to go straight down.
It's
Hang
17
tight.
minutes
Hang tight. We're going to
later.
later. Okay, later. Do we need to move on to the larger number or the smaller number?
Smaller number.
Slow down.
Larger number.
Later.
Larger.
Larger number. We're going to keep going. Okay? If we move from 6 to 7, how many minutes is that?
1.
5. Okay. If we go from 7 to 8, that's how
10
many
minutes.
total? 10. Now we're going 17, so do we need to go an entire another number?
No. Yes.
Y'all gotta slow down. What would that be?
15.
15. So yes, we did need to go. Are we going to whole jump this time?
No.
No. We're just gonna go 1, 2. Because plus 2 with 15 is 17 altogether. Okay? Now, that doesn't tell us our time yet. We're still between 7 and 8. But this was 30. This would be 35, 40, 45 plus 2,
is 47.
47. AM or PM?
PM.
Right? Can I show you something? It only works within the hour. If you go past the hour, it changes. But watch this. 7:30 was the start time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Plus 17 minutes. Let's see if it works. What's 0 plus 7?
7.
3 plus 1?
4.
Bring down the colon. 7. Now, if it went past the hour, it would have changed the hour hand, and that's a whole different thing. But if it doesn't go past the hour, you can stack it up like this in order to add it also.
So you can add time.
That's what we're doing. Yep, we're learning about what's called elapsed time, which means how much time has passed.
Can we
Okay.
do this one by ourselves?
That's why I showed you that. I'm gonna have y'all try this one on your own.
No.
All right, we met for lunch at 1 p.m. That should be an easy one to write to begin with. So go ahead and put 1 p.m., sorry for the spinning, on your clock. Pop quiz. What's this clock called?
Just check it.
So you should have made 1
Hit the minute clock on 12.
o'clock. Now this is where it gets a little bit harder. We ate lunch for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Here's what I'm gonna do. If we're eating for an entire hour, how is that going to change my time? My minute hand is gonna go around How much?
Once.
A whole circle, okay? So if I'm eating for an hour, I'm gonna go all the way to what time? 2 o'clock. But was it just an hour?
No, I'm 15
Also
minutes.
15 minutes. Make sure you're watching here. So count with me. 5.
15.
So now we need to read what time it is.
15.
2:15.
2:15.
Right?
No.
I'm going to show you another way.
15.
I'm going to show you another way to do that. Okay? If we've got 1 o'clock, you can add 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Whoa.
Do you see how 1 hour, 15 minutes? 0 plus 5?
5.
0 plus 1?
1.
Bring down the colon.
2.
1 plus 1 is 2. Fancy?
Yes. How many do we have left?
Oh no, I know we're not trying to get done already.
No. Yes.
Slow and steady, finding our way through the process. Okay? Alright, Quinn wakes up at 5:45 a.m. There's no clock in front of you. I know it.
Good clock. We make one.
Listen. It takes her 5 minutes to shower. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to take, you're going to get 1 clock per row. Okay? First person, I want you to make 5:45. Okay? Second person is going to move 5 minutes in just a second as soon as you do it with me. Okay? So we're going to share responsibilities.
So we have to.
So if you are getting the clock, you are making 5:45. Okay. I'm about to make mine also say 5:45. So we will check each other. Now my hour hand, the short hand is going to be past the. Oh, y'all want to sleep on me. 5:45. It's going to be past the 5, but not to the 6. And then for 45, it's going to be touching, the minute hand's going to be touching the 9. Okay? So if you look carefully at the hour hand, it's past the 5, but not to the 6. Okay? Okay. Go ahead, and yours is showing 8:25 at the moment.
Oh wait. I got it stuck.
There you go. Will y'all 1, 2, 3 show me your clocks real quick? Good. Just check the minute hand. Make sure it's not droopy. You're showing 5:15, Graham. Just switch the minute hand over to the 9. Good. Okay. Ready? Pass the clock to the second person. All right. Watch me. I do. Then you do. Hold the minute hand. It's the blue one. You're going to go, if I'm moving 5 minutes, I'm going to move from the 9 to the 10. Go. That's 5 minutes. Okay, and then show me. Good work. Make sure your hour hand did not scoot. You still want it between 5 and 6. Good, good, good.
Is this good?
Uh-huh. Okay. Then 10 minutes to get dressed. So
So
pass the clock. Nope, pass the clock.
Oh.
And watch, 10 minutes, I'm going to go to the 11 is 5 minutes. The 12 is 10 minutes. But where should my hour hand now be?
6.
6 o'clock. Okay. I know mine moves automatically. Yours, you kind of have to adjust it. It does not move automatically. So you should have 6 o'clock on your clock. Okay. So what have we done so far?
Rotate 5 minutes and,
And
then
then-
15 minutes.
Nope.
I mean
and then-
10 minutes.
Okay, freeze. Show me your clock real quick. Let's spot check. We should show 6 o'clock. Good. Pass your clock again.
Give it to me.
All the sharing today.
So who you give it to?
Whoever hasn't. Well, back to the beginning. Okay. Now we're gonna move
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So 5, 10, 15. Good. I like that. You're showing me your clock. Okay, so what hour are we in?
6.
The 6 o'clock hour. Okay, and how many minutes is past the 6 o'clock hour? 15. So what time is she ready for school? 6:15. Okay, so on this line, class,
Yes.
on this line you're writing 6:15. Now question, she's getting ready for school. Is it AM or PM?
AM.
It also says it above.
I agree, but I just wanted to make sure you're tracking with me. Now, here's my other question. This question is not on here, but I'm creating it. How long did it take her to get ready for school? Think it for a minute. How many minutes? How many minutes total did it take her to get ready for school? James? 30 minutes. Let's try it. 5 plus 10?
15.
15. And then 15 plus 15?
30.
5 plus 5 is 10. And then good job. So y'all are doing compound questions. Answering two things at once. Yes, ma'am. It is. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. I have some more clocks that we'll use that have those labels too. But yes, you're correct. Okay? Next page. Yep, part A. I know y'all been talking about this a lot with Miss O'Tear, this part A, part B questions. They're tough stuff. Oh, yes, you have. Because I talked to her last week about trying to find some in Subject Island for you. Kay started baseball practice at 6:30 p.m.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. Pass the clock and next person makes 6:30. I apologize. Perfect. Make 6:30. Was it good? Good. Okay, so you're making 6:30. Oop, I was almost there. So 6:30. Remember, the hour hand is past the 6, not yet to the 7. Minute hand is touching the 6. If practice ended at 7:30, it's an hour. But how many minutes did he practice? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and we arrived at 7:30. So if you know it's a whole hour, you know that it's how many minutes? 60. Y'all are getting really good at just knowing that automatically. So go ahead and adjust your clock. Yes, just make sure it's not too close to the 8. Okay? Yes. Yeah, each time the clock has to move, you should swap. Okay, how we feel?
Good.
Okay? Not too bad?
No.
Okay. Part B. First of all, hold on. First of all, wait, don't read it yet. What does your clock say?
7:30.
7:30, remember? 7:30. No, not yet. Case met his friends at Salsa's 60 minutes after, bless you, practice was over.
An hour.
It's another hour later, because after. What time did he meet his friends for dinner?
8:30.
8:30. Because remember, your clock says 7:30. That's what time practice was over. But he may have had to go home and shower after practice. So he got there 60 minutes after practice was over, which makes 8:30. So pass and create 8:30 and show me what that looks like. Okay, 8:30. Let's see. Good job, Lauren.
It's my turn.
Good job, Michael.
What happened to the other hand?
John Michael, I think switch the two hands.
Oh, there.
So like
There you go. Yes, got it. Good job. 8:30. Don't do that, 'cause it's gonna spill. Good job. All right, y'all. Nice work. Keep on going. Couple more left. Vaughn arrived at school at 7:10 a.m. So if you'll pass your clock,
What?
it's okay, and make 7:10. And make 7:10. 7:10 is a little bit harder. Hey, can I show y'all an easy trick? If it's easier for you to start back at 12 o'clock, just so that you start fresh, that's okay. Watch. We're making 7:10. So I'm going to go around Past the 2, past the 3, you're listening, past the 4, past the 5, past the 6, past the 7, 05, 10. So just past the 7. Watch. Just past the 7, a smidge. Yep, open the door for me. And minute hand is on the 10. That's fine. Okay? We're going to do a little bit more adding with the clock. So if you've made 7:10 on your clock, pass your clock, please, to your neighbor. All right, neighbor. How many minutes do we need to travel? 20 minutes. Watch me. You ready? Psst. Watch me. Ready? If I move here, yep, good job, Tremor. 5, 10.
15, 20.
What time is it?
7:20. 7:30.
7:30. Okay, freeze. Another way to do it.
7:30, but it's not on.
Stop. Hold on. Oh, you know what we did wrong.
Yes, you did.
No, what did he do at 7:10, by the way? He arrived at school. When do you leave for school? Before you get there, right? That's why we read carefully, because sometimes when you're going to move backwards. Make sure you're watching me. Hey guys, if you're going to argue about the clocks, I'll just take them. So, no, just figure it out. Okay, backwards. It's really important to read the words, even when you're the teacher. Okay, so if you arrive at school at 7:10, I had to leave my house earlier. Okay, so I'm going to go backwards. How many minutes? 20 minutes. So backwards, 5, 10, 15, 20. But look, it's not the 7 o'clock hour anymore.
It's 8 o'clock.
Earlier.
6.
6 o'clock hour. Remember, it's just a little bit before that 7. Little bit. So 6:50 is when I had to leave the house.
6:15.
No.
6:50.
Oh.
So that was a really good spot check. One of our kids noticed 7:30 was not an option. But can I tell y'all something? Usually, on a lot of like case tests and star tests and stuff, they'll have the wrong answer on there to see if you paid attention to what needed to be found. If 7:30 was on there, I would have gotten it wrong today because I was rushing through Google Classroom. Okay? So you have to be super, super careful, especially if the wrong answer is also on there. Okay? So 6:50 is your answer this time. Okay? Pass the clock for me. Harry, put it down. Yeah. All right. This is done a little bit differently. Put it down. How many minutes is 1 hour and 15? Let's freeze for a minute. First, we're going to start doing names on the board and the whole thing. Stop. First, how many minutes is 1 hour?
60.
Okay. Are you ready for this silly question? How many minutes is 15 minutes?
15.
Just making sure.
Huh?
So how many total? 0 plus 5 is 5. 6 plus 1 is 7. So what's your total?
75.
D.
You didn't
75
get to
minutes.
use the clock though.
No, you didn't have to this time.
Oh.
You just had to.
Can you still have it or have
No,
it?
you. If you have not made a time on the clock, you can keep it. Okay. We've got 2 more, and then we're done. All right. How many minutes? You don't need the clock for this one. Listen. You don't need to pass the clock yet. We haven't made anything yet. How many minutes is 1 hour and 30? Don't tell me. Think it. Mark it. Think it. Mark it, and then we'll check it. Think it. Mark it. Go to the next page. You shouldn't have 2 questions. There are 2 answers. Good job, y'all. It's looking good. Remember how we started slow? How many minutes was 1 hour? 60. How many minutes is 30 minutes? 30. So 60 plus 30 is 90 minutes. 90 minutes. Okay. Very last question. The soccer championship Started at 5:15 p.m.
Make 5:15.
Just a minute. Yes, make 5:15. Sorry. It took me a minute to hear what y'all were saying.
How can we make 5? Oh.
On the actual clock. So remember, I'm going all the way around. I want to pass the 5, but don't get to the 6 yet. Shh. If there's arguing, we're just going to take up the clocks, and you'll watch mine. Good job, Kendall. Good job, Michael. Allie, nice work. Tyler, thank you. Good job. Yeah, our clocks are looking good. Nice work, y'all. All right, 5:15. It lasted until, just leave it for a second. It lasted until 6:45.
Make 6:45
Hold,
on the clock.
hold on. I don't want you to make 6:45 yet. Listen. What's an hour later than this, hands only? 1 hour. What is 1 hour beyond this, Allie?
6:15.
6:15. Okay, so we're gonna track that for just a second first. So I'm gonna just kind of come over here and take notes. So 5:15 plus 60 minutes, and it's not really here. I'm not gonna do it like a addition problem. 1 hour later is 6:15. Okay. So what are you doing? Doesn't quite look like what I'm doing. All right, so 1 hour later
I did it.
is 6:15. Okay. Now we need to end at what time? 6:45. So from here, let's count minutes. We know that the minute hand needs to touch the 9 to get to 45. So let's track it. 5. Hold on. Kobe, I've asked you 3 times. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Good, y'all are tracking with me. So that was 30 minutes to get from 6:15 to 6:45.
So 1 hour on 30 minutes.
Yes. So 6:15,
1 hour.
hold on, to 6:45 is 30 minutes. So if we take 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is our answer?
C.
C.
I know it.
Okay? So we use a little bit of math, a little bit of using the clock in order to find our answer for that.
Lunchtime reading.
Please don't give directions for me. Thank you.
Miss